Hai semua, aku Chris,
Aku Hani.
and welcome to the sixth episode of
The S Conference.
Yay! Hari ini kita mau bawain tentang apa?
Jadi hari ini topiknya itu lebih ke apa ya? Kamu sebenarnya pernah nggak sih pengen belajar data science tapi nggak tahu mau cari siapa, mau kemana gitu?
Sering, pernah, tiap hari malahan.
Nah hari ini topik kita itu pas kena problem itu. Jadi topik hari ini itu tentang building an online data science community. Nah di sini kita bakal bahas gimana kita bisa memanfaatkan sosial media atau platform online untuk membangun komunitas yang kuat seputar data science.
Dan nanti kita juga bakal bahas a little bit about tips and tricks and strategy to ningkatin engagement and social media.
Yay!
So, look forward to that. Okay.
Iya, stay tuned guys. Oke nih, jadi pertama-tama sebelum kita bahas how to build-nya, mungkin kita harus ngerti dulu kali ya, kenapa punya online data science community itu penting. Menurut kamu kenapa, Chris?
Kalau menurut aku sendiri sih, there's a lot of added benefit to have a data science community, or not just even have to just be a part of any community in general.
True.
Okay, from being in a community, you get a lot of perks, a lot of benefits yang you nggak bisa kalau misalnya you were to be alone doang. Kayak misalnya you can gain insight, gain knowledge, gain a lot of connections, and dimana it's gonna be useful in your path in like navigating through especially data science. And if you own your own community, itu juga bisa as like a strong suit of yourself. Jadi kalau misalnya ada orang mau hire you, they can see you and the things that you've done from the community that you've fostered, that you've created. So sebenarnya nggak rugi sama sekali kalau misalnya kita were to start a community or just be a part of one.
Iya, and menurut aku one thing that online data science community itu kayak beneficial itu di kayak karena dia online, dia bisa kumpulin orang dari manapun
Yes, that's
gitu.
true.
Iya, jadi kayak nggak kayak kita misalnya yang terbatas. Misalnya kalau misalnya data science club itu kan cuma binus ya kita. Nah kalau online data science community itu bisa ambil orang dari luar binus juga, bahkan dari luar negeri gitu.
I agree with that. Kita especially with like the additional social media and everything, itu helps a lot in building a community. Kita bisa ketemu with all people from around the world, okay, literally from around the world. That's a crazy thing to think about.
Iya.
Maybe kalau begitu I just skip to the next question aja kali ya.
Boleh.
Boleh. Kalau misalnya begitu, you've talked about how online community is good, right? What platform do you think is good to build a data science community?
Oke, kalau misalnya buat platform yang bangun online data science community, menurut aku sih yang paling utama itu pasti GitHub sih. Kayak karena di GitHub itu banyak source code, jadi kayak kalau misalnya ada yang nanya satu sama lain, terus nanti mulai deh kayak you mau bikin online data science community, and akhirnya bisa saling share source code, saling share trends gitu-gitu. Nah, next menurut aku yang penting and lumayan banyak yang pakai juga WhatsApp, Line, and Telegram. Nah, di sini aku pernah karena waktu itu computational physics ya, lagi stres tugas, terus mikir kayak ada cari di mana ya gitu talent yang bisa electrical engineering, terus aku nyasar guys ke Telegram groupnya electrical engineering. And honestly kayak walaupun I nggak ngerti mereka yang ngomongin apa ya, tapi kayak I can feel yang mereka komunikasiin itu kayak sangat beneficial bagi mereka gitu, bagi the electrical engineering community gitu. Nah, menurut aku pasti ada sih yang buat data science.
Did you end up getting the answer to your question though?
Nah, enggak ya. Ya, aku bingung gimana tanyanya. Like their terms itu udah terlalu pro and I nggak bisa nyambung, jadi kayak akhirnya aku minder, nah aku keluar aja guys.
It's their own community ya.
Iya.
If you have stumbled into a computational physics community,
Iya. maybe. Oke. Nah di sini juga pas kamu udah ada gitu, udah ada the community, menurut aku bisa manfaatin juga Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube buat kayak bikin konten to perluas your circle, perluas your community gitu sih.
Yeah, that is quite fascinating. Especially kayak sekarang, you see banyak banget content creators of various kinds, especially di TikTok.
Iya.
Okay, there's content creator about literally everything. Kayak
Iya.
semua hal di dunia ini. Even there's people making content about apa aja, intinya banyak banget, it's aneh-aneh sekarang. And it finds the audience juga. Jadi it's not only mereka bikin terus ada yang nonton, like millions of people every day are watching it, so
Iya.
it's a very good opportunity.
Iya, buat kayak cari orang lain yang maybe interested juga
Yeah.
ya, interest gitu.
Maybe moving on to the next question, what do you think is needed in a data science community? Okay, what kind of activities they do, what kind of content they make? Maybe if you can dive a little bit into that.
Oke, nah menurut aku nih kalau misal online data science community ya, yang paling penting yang what I expect at least kalau misal aku masuk online data science community itu sharing source code atau tutorial. Nah kan banyak ya, data science kan lumayan kompleks. Jadi kayak kalau mau belajar data science itu ya setidaknya mulai dari source code gitu ya, ngertiin code by code, line by line gimana how this works and gimana algoritma data science itu ada gitu. Nah terus kalau buat latih diri sendiri menurut aku juga penting kalau aku bisa dapat studi kasus dari community itu. Nah dari situ kan kita bisa kayak latih our critical thinking and problem solving with data science. Selain itu mungkin ini sih yang aku expect karena ini online data science community dan orangnya sangat diverse ya. Aku sih pengen kayak mendapatkan orang yang bisa sharing latest trends dari data science gitu, biar kayak kalau misalnya orang yang misalnya udah kerja nih di bidang data science and bisa sharing tentang oh ternyata apa AI ya bukan AI sih, sorry ya contoh aku agak jelek ya guys. Jadi kayak misalnya AI apa generative AI lagi trending gitu di data science, nah itu bisa sebagai sebuah insight juga bagi yang mau belajar data science gitu. Nah dari tadi kan aku yang jawab nih, aku mau nih nanya sesuatu yang sangat spesifik dan penting bagi online data science community ke Chris nih. Kira-kira dari Chris ada tips atau strategi nggak buat ningkatin engagement di media sosial? Kan kalau misalnya udah bikin community kan tadi katanya buat memperluas circle itu harus build engagement in media sosial kan. Jadi kayak menurut Chris gimana tips dan strategi?
That is very technical. There's a lot of aspect in ningkatin engagement or like in general how much people use your content or like being a part of your community. And like the metric itself, what measure how people are like being in your community kan is very vague. So I have to explain from the start banget sih jujur.
boleh di unravel.
Okay, let's start with Instagram dulu pertama.
Boleh.
Like from the very basics. For Instagram itu like the type of post you can do itu ada dua, which is post biasa sama reels.
Yeah.
And for these two itu beda-beda, like the techniques and the strategies you need to increase the engagement rate, increase the likes, the everything itu beda total. Let's start with post dulu. Okay, for post, I think the most important thing pertama is you can't deny that how much likes, how much comments you get is based on your following kalau di post.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to build on, have to like do completely. Like what type of post? If you ask me, kayak type of post apa yang kerja like works in Instagram, it's usually something that's simple, something that's easy to understand. Yang orang sekali baca dia langsung I get it.
Yeah,
They can
kayak
swipe terus mereka mungkin save. If you see di Instagram banyak kan orang kayak graphics designer teaching the golden rule tentang ratios and everything. Nah itu penting. Why do they go to these types of contents? Karena if people see these types of content, they will be inclined to save and follow you.
Iya.
And that's the most important thing kalau misalnya from post, like it doesn't matter that much kayak berapa likes you get, berapa comments you get on Instagram post ya, specifically Instagram post itu beda banget buat yang lain. Karena the main purpose of Instagram post is to get a following, itu titik itu doang, and like building engagement with your audience in general. Nah itu buat post. And like ada lagi, if in post schedule does matter. Okay, you have to segregate your post biar one post doesn't block the other one, and like you have a stream flow of content biar the users keep getting engaged. Nah itu buat post. Kalau buat reels, it's a completely different story lagi.
Beda ya.
If reels kamu juga sering lihat kan kayak orang haven't posted anything terus tiba-tiba langsung viral.
Iya.
Or like these people spamming a lot of reels yang mirip-mirip tapi satu lebih banyak dari yang lain like the views.
Iya.
Because in the reels it's way more sporadic. Tapi like if I were to simplify it, the most 4 hal paling penting for a reel to go viral itu pertama likes, comments, shares, terus saves. Yang paling penting tuh
metricsnya
shares,
gitu ya.
shares, save sama comment itu 3. Kalau likes it's like I guess penting aja enggak. Like kadang ada post yang likes ratio-nya dikit tapi dia tetap viral itu banyak. Kenapa ini penting? Because by especially save sih. Karena if people save your content, it tells Instagram that people really like your content sampai dia save. And they would start recommending it to more people and more people.
Iya.
Nah makanya for reels, it doesn't really matter kayak how often you post as long as you have a reel yang bagus, yang informatif, bukan informatif juga sih, that people comment, share and reply and like. It's gonna help banget with your engagement rate. Makanya you sering lihat kan, a lot of people employ tricks kayak taruh questions on the reels, or like nanyain apa bla 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 for people to comment, or like sometimes they would misspell one word or two, just for people to point out in the comments kayak oh ini it was type wrong, itu strategi mereka.
Strategi banget guys.
Biar orang komen, terus kalau orang komen udah begitu, yang lain viral. Nah for reels itu. Do we move on? Kita lanjut ya, dari Instagram kan. Yeah, so Instagram in short, post it's just for engagement and getting a following. Reels itu you just focus on the metrics yang tadi, saves, shares, comments and likes.
Oke. Kalau gitu,
Next, kita ke TikTok.
boleh.
Kalau TikTok it's really interesting. It's way more interesting because in TikTok sendiri they have a specialized algorithm that is really good at picking what people like gitu.
Iya, itu sendiri aja data science gitu.
That is data science actually.
Iya.
Like your FYP and my FYP di TikTok, it's gonna be very different. Gak ada FYP di TikTok yang sama. So how you like go viral, how you increase your engagement in TikTok? Honestly, it's not difficult usually. Karena because the algorithm is so good, you can make any type of content and it will find the audience for you.
Iya.
So you don't have to worry about how am I my content generation. They're gonna find it. The algorithm is that good, yeah.
Iya.
That's why people get glued to TikTok for hours every day. Itu gara-gara itu. And like, how do you? So the question now goes to how do you make content that goes viral kan? Kan nggak semua TikTok content goes viral. Okay, there's a lot of TikTok videos yang viewsnya tetap dikit despite like, yeah, it's interesting, it's good, it's informative.
Iya.
From my experience ya, in TikTok yang paling penting like above all itu pertama ada attention rate.
Oh, what's that?
If you don't know what attention rate is, it's the percentage of the video yang ditonton sama the audience kayak dari awal sampai habis.
Oh.
Nah gitu. If the person, so how the TikTok algorithm works, if it first gives your video to like a specific audience yang menurut dia bakal suka your video. Udah, and they check from the metrics kayak retention rate, comments, like, shares juga sama. Tapi mostly retention rate. And if the audience finish the video sampai habis, and like the metrics are good, it's gonna share it to like a slightly larger group of people. Udah, it's gonna keep sharing, sampai at some point retention rate-nya udah turun and it stops. So the post plateau udah sampai di sana aja. Jadi dia nggak bakal lebih viral lagi. Nah begitu, that's how TikTok algorithm works. So what you have to focus on kalau misalnya kamu bikin konten di TikTok is how you get the audience hooked in the first second, kayak the first pas di scroll, karena people scroll out so quickly in TikTok.
Kalau awal tidak menangkap, udah.
Kalau orang awal nggak menangkap, udah you just lose it. You don't have the audience. Doesn't matter how good the rest of the content is. If they don't get hooked, you lost them. Udah. Terus satu itu, terus dua, how you keep people watching dari sana. Usually it's done by introducing like something like a payoff or like a really good story, an interesting story. Jadi orang bakal nonton sampai akhir. You can do that by like introducing a lot of people, a lot of characters, slowly just building up itu. And in TikTok the good thing is the content is short form. Jadi you can spend as much time, as much effort into thinking the flow. Okay, the flow is very important in TikTok. So you can spend as much time in that as much as possible, and the content doesn't have to be that long. 10 detik juga nggak apa-apa, it doesn't matter.
Interesting sih, Aku baru belajar tentang TikTok guys ini.
Dari know a little bit ya.
Iya,
If you wanna be a successful content creator, there's a lot of tricks juga yang you can employ. Kayak misalnya you just use those scrollable things. It has different methods juga, tapi it keeps people on the page for gara-gara bisa di scroll.
Iya, dia lebih kayak ya udah kalau I cuma skip to the point yang I mau dengar gitu.
Yeah, so it's interesting in TikTok. So you have to focus on those things. And lastly, ini yang a bit, I haven't seen people do this much
Oh, apa?
in the platform YouTube.
Oh, platform kita nih, platform that's
That's conference, yeah.
Iya.
Though I'm not the one handling the YouTube, so I'm just the podcaster.
Iya, me too.
I think not a lot of people have utilized YouTube in data science community. There's a few like good content creators, tapi most of them are like, okay, it's just for a specific audience. Gitu.
Iya, ini data science sendiri itu kayak kompleks.
Yeah, it's complex, which make it difficult to reach like a wide audience.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've seen people do it in other communities like the chess community or like there's a lot of absurd specific communities that went viral.
Yeah.
That it should be possible with like something like data science yang semua orang sekarang probably has known about.
Yeah, and like has interest in gitu.
Yeah, as long as there is someone who makes really good content in YouTube, we just need satu like one guy
Iya.
who started reaching out, and everything's gonna start cascading from there.
Yes.
So it's kind of interesting. So kalian kalau misalnya ada yang mau nyoba start a YouTube data science community, go ahead guys.
Oh,
It's
yes.
very welcome banget. We need that. We want that.
Iya, ini udah di prompt dari kita nih.
Okay, I guess for tips and tricks, I think I spoke for too long jujur, tapi ya udah nggak apa-apa.
Gak apa-apa, ini sangat insightful guys. Ini ya wow, unexpectedly belajar tentang algoritma dari Instagram, mau itu dari post atau dari reels, sama juga ada yang buat algoritma TikTok ya. Wah, itu aku baru banget tahu sih guys. Wow.
Kalau misalnya Kristan itu kan nggak apa-apa cut dikit-dikit aja, so it becomes coherent gitu. For the algorithm, it's for the YouTube algorithm.
Iya. Oke.
Ya udah kalau gitu kita move on to the next one.
Nah oke, Satli, tapi kita udah nggak ada corner lagi ya, udah nggak ada questions lagi to answer. Jadi kita untuk topik hari ini kira-kira yang kita mau sampaikan itu aja guys. Tadi kita udah bahas tadi kenapa punya online data science community itu penting, terus kayak platform apa aja yang kira-kira bisa dimanfaatin, sama juga untuk apa yang harus ada dalam online data science community, and tadi yang insightful banget itu tips and strategy buat ningkatin engagement in social media. Nah, oke, jadi kiranya itu aja yang bisa kita sampaikan untuk topik hari ini. Sebelum kita menutup ya, jangan lupa untuk follow social media dari Data Science Club di IG @dasclub.binus, YouTube @datascienceclub.binus, and LinkedIn Data Science Club Binus University. Nah, oke. Jadi kiranya itu aja kali ya, Chris.
Kayaknya udah sampai di sana aja.
Oke, kalau gitu
Jangan lupa di follow tadi yang kita udah sebut IG, YouTube sama LinkedIn dari Data Science Club.
yes, and see you on the next episode.
See you on the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.